Hello, my most beautiful besties in the entire world. We are starting off very much zoomed in because I have the brand new Singe Beauty Galactic Visitor Palette. I have been waiting for this palette to come in. It's officially here. So besties, if you guys want to see what this palette's all about, is it actually worth it? Well, then definitely keep on watching. Alrighty guys, so if you guys have never heard of Singe Beauty is actually owned by Angelica. She is a content creator here on YouTube and she's one of my dear friends. I absolutely love her and she has her very own brand. She started off with brushes, then went to blushes, and now she has her very first eyeshadow palette. Now this is called Galactic Visitor, and it says, this intergalactic dream features 10 pigmented mattes, 3 sparkly metallics, and 2 duochrome iridescent toppers with 1 holographic duochrome shadow. This is going to be vegan and cruelty-free, and you can apply the product with a brush or your finger to the desired areas of the face and body. Now this does retail for $45. You're going to have 16 shades in here between mattes and shimmers, and I have to say, I think the color story is very beautiful. You're going to have those light mattes and those deep matte. You're gonna have those light mattes and those dark mattes for those who love a bit of both. You are gonna have a very colorful palette with just little pops of neutral moments if you want to do a very subtle neutral eye look. But I will say it's really pretty. What I also really like is kind of how she laid it out. Right here, you guys can do a look using this row right here, like these 2 rows, or you could do a look using these rows right here. I really like how she laid it out. It made it very easy for me to want to come up with some eye looks. I love that it's really beginner friendly, and I'm really excited to play with this. Now, I want to talk about the outside packaging. She did get this designed by a graphic artist, and I just freaking love it because she's from Sweden, but she moved over to Texas. She loves aliens, and she put the Texas alien vibe in here between like the desert and then the little cowgirl getting beamed up by alien. What a perfect time for this palette to come out with all those drone sightings that we have over in New Jersey. So let's just dive into this. So I'm gonna do 2 different eye looks today. I definitely want to do like a blue alien-esque vibe look and probably like a yellow maroon style look. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lid. I'm gonna go in with the Sigma Beauty. This is the eye base in the shade called Ignite. You guys know this is one of my absolute favorite. It's actually the only eye base that I use at this point. But anywho, I love that Angelica did a like alien theme palette for like her first palette, because fun fact, I am only scared of a few things in life. Well, that's not true. I'm scared of a lot of things, but like true, like honest to God to death, like scared of things. I'm scared of zombies, funny enough, and I'm also terrified of aliens. Okay, when I was a little girl, I watched this movie called Signs. I'm sure you guys all are well aware of this movie called Signs. And I watched it by myself. Because, you know, it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and no one really expects his movies to be like scary necessarily. I'm gonna go in the shade right here, Orbit, to lay this down in my crease. I'm gonna go shade right here called Orbit to lay down my crease area. But not really expected, I think, at that time for that movie to really be scary. I think it was like rated like PG-13, and I was like in middle school. My parents like, yeah, you can go watch it by yourself. And I remember watching it at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This is when I had VHS. I owned it on VHS because I bought it before like I saw the movie because I really wanted to see it, and I bought it on VHS. Oh my God, I forgot. I had that tape on VHS. I feel so old. Oh my God.
Oh, don't cry, are you?
Wow, that's the time, right around the same time DVDs started coming out. But anyway, I had a VHS player, so I bought it. And I didn't really think too much of it at the time, because I was like, oh, what can this be about? This looks like it'd be a really cool little like innocent movie. I loved Mel Gibson because I love Die Hard, and I was like, this is gonna be great. Well, I watched it by myself, okay? And first off, the music is rather intense for the movie, okay? The music was setting us up for failure already, all right? So you have the scene in the core maze where he's running around because he, you know, sees someone on the roof. And then he thinks the person jumps off, and he like starts to chase the thing, and I'm already going, oh my God, music is piping in, and I'm just like, you know, like I'm already getting scared, right? And like you see the leg pop out of the little corn maze. And my first reaction was, oh Oh my God, I already started getting terrified. Started getting terrified. And I had just gotten over my fear of dinosaurs. My mother let me watch Jurassic Park when I was a freaking kid. And I swore in my mind that every time I heard a boom, boom, like freaking fireworks off at Disney, I was like, oh my God, it's T-Rex. He's coming to get me. I would literally put water beside my bed to see if the water would move. Okay, I was that terrified. I thought the water would like legit move. Scared the shit out of me. And you know what? I'm 35 years old. There's still some times where I hear the fireworks from like Disney, and sometimes I look over my water like, I don't know. Science is messing with shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, I had just got over my fear of that, right? And Twisters. My mom let me watch Twisters too. Then I was terrified that Twisters were gonna come and kill us all. And it did not help that we had a tornado. Like after I saw the movie Twisters, like come through that area like a year later, and I was like, see, oh my God, I really was truly terrified of a lot of things in life. I'm gonna blend that out just a little bit more, but legit, I saw a lot of movies that scared me. So anyway, I was watching this movie, and I didn't really think too much of it at the time. I was like kind of scared, but I was like, I'm gonna power through it. Well, then you get to the freaking infamous scene where you see the kids at the damn party, and the kid's like, it's behind! It's behind! Oh! When I tell you the scream that had escaped my body, okay? The scream that had escaped my body in that moment, I think I startled everybody that was in the house because I did not expect to scream. I don't think my parents expected me to scream. I just think that no one had expected that reaction, right? Especially because my mom had me watch Independence Day as a kid, and I didn't really find Independence Day to be super scary, but for some reason, Signs, whole other issue. I physically couldn't handle it. So that movie scared me. And I'm going to go into the shade right here called To Infinity and Beyond. It's actually just called Infinity, but I'm gonna call it To Infinity and Beyond. But so that movie had like left a mark on me, and to this day, I've seen the movie quite a few times now. To this day, that scene still gets me like I still get real paranoid with that scene. Okay, so then later on in life, I see the movie called Dark Skies, and that movie really fucked me up. Not gonna lie, that movie really did a number on me. I couldn't sleep. I could sit here and go watch Paranormal Activity in theaters. I could sleep like a little baby, but you go get me to see Dark Skies, which is only PG-13. Terrified. I was terrified. I was just like, oh my God, it's happening. I was so scared. Then I saw the movie freaking Fourth Kind. What a way to mess me up as a child, right? What a way to mess me up growing up. And then later on, I saw the movie called Nope. Now, the beginning half movie was kind of scary. The second half movie was a little silly, in my opinion. But I just, I don't mess around with aliens, okay? Because I have a hard time believing we're the only ones that are living in this universe, okay? I just have a hard time believing that. The galaxy is super huge. There's so much we don't know. And, well, now we have all these drones, which I definitely think we know what they are. They're just saying that they don't. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I, like I said, have been terrified of aliens my whole life. And then here's Angelica putting on an alien themed palette. Like, she even has shades called We Come in Peace. You guys remember the movie? Oh my God, what's it called? It's not called The Fourth Kind. Boo doo 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 doo. Close Encounter of the Third Kind. Boop, 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 boop. Do you guys remember that? Okay, so the mats are laying down super, super nicely. I do want to take a little bit of glitter glue because I'm going to go in with some shimmers and some shimmer toppers. But I will say the mats are very soft. They're laying down really nicely. There isn't too much fallout in the pan. There isn't too much kick up in the pan. Like, there's some, but not much. But there's no fallout on the face, which is really, really, really nice. So I'm just going to lay down some glitter glue. And then I'm going to go into the shade right here called Believe. Believe. That's a really pretty shade. That is really gorgeous. You can definitely see where it shifts between like a blue purple. I'll get a little close up on a camera and I'll get a little close up with my mirror so you guys can see how it shifts, but that is absolutely stunning. Very beautiful. It's not the only alien movie that I watched as a kid. My parents let me watch Attack on Mars. Now that was just a silly movie. Now that movie did not scare me. It was just a silly movie in my opinion. It was just meant to be funny. The way those aliens spoke, oh my gosh, I feel like no one ever like really watched that movie. I saw that. I saw the 50-foot woman, like when I don't know what happened to her. Didn't she get like a science experiment got wrong, or she was like kidnapped by like a spaceship of aliens? I don't remember. I remember something like that happened to her. Speaking of that, I'm going to go in the shade right here called Encounter. And this is going to be a iridescent shimmer topper. We're actually going to put this towards the end. Really quickly, we're going to put this like kind of like right here. I just feel like this would be really pretty on the end. Yeah, like look at that. Look at how pretty that is, right? Super gorgeous. We're just going to tap that in. Then I'm going to take the shade right here called Milky Way to put, shake the shade called Milky Way to put right next to that. This other beautiful like holographic shade. It is gorgeous. And we're going to place this right here. Oh, that's pretty. Looks like the stars. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Saucer. I'm actually going to put that right on top of here just to add more shade. It's like a light turquoise blue shade. I did watch a movie like Aliens growing up. I watched all the Alien movies. Now, those ones never really scared me for some reason. I never really know why. Maybe it's because back in the day, Disney used to have a ride called the Great Movie Ride. And it did sadly get shut down. They replaced it with Mickey's Runaway Railroad Adventure. But there's a scene on that ride where they show the aliens encounter. And for some reason, maybe because I was a kid, it helped to desensitize me towards the movie. So like that movie never really petrified me. But just the one that truly did it was Dark Skies and Signs. And so, like I said, I've been terrified of them my entire life. And I said my biggest fear in life would be an alien spaceship coming down and unleashing zombies upon the world. Could you imagine? That'd be so messed up. Okay, so for this side, we're going to go in the shade right here called Peace. Really pretty, like, maroon style shade with a little cowboy hat. You know what, though? If aliens are real and these are what's happening right now and they're peaceful, that would be amazing. I mean, according to Ancient Aliens, the TV show, they're saying that, you know, they've been already visiting us for thousands of years and they've been teaching us their ways. And that's why you have them depicted all across ancient civilizations. If you want to believe that, I mean, like I said, you never know what the truth is out there. But maybe they are peaceful. Who knows what it is? Regardless, it is fun to kind of talk about and theorize and have conspiracies on, although people think I'm weird for like talking about conspiracy theories. I love talking about conspiracy theories. I think they're so fun. It's such an engaging conversation. Some people get turned off by it, but I will always love talking about it. Okay, so to put next to that shade, we're going to go in the shade right here called Hoodoos. Whatever that is, we're going to put that right on top. I will say the mattes are laying down really nicely. And I'm not having any sort of trouble blending them whatsoever, which is incredible. I really like that I'm not having any trouble with it. So we're just going to softly go in to slowly blend this out. Now this one, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Space Dust. It's a beautiful golden shade. It's really gorgeous. Like, I love how that looks. And we're going to put this right here next to the maroon. We're going to slowly just start to lay this in. What I really like about the shimmer, it's very soft. It's very soft and smooth, so there really isn't too much flaking with this, which is really nice. Some formulas, if depending on how soft it is, can be really flaky, or if it's like really chunky. It just really kind of depends, but this is really nice and smooth, so I do like that. So we're just going to lay this down right here. Then we start to blend out. And then next to this shade, we're going to go in the shade right here called Come. Come. It's really supposed to be We Come in Peace, but it's called Come. I know Angelica does read a lot of smut. I know what she's meaning by it, but my dirty mind takes it to the smut era. So we'll go with that. But we're going to lay this down right here. Then to kind of like spice that up just a little bit more, I am going to take the shade right here called Beam. This is going to be one of those iridescent eyeshadow toppers. It's going to have a little bit of a green shift. I do want to kind of like tap it on right here to kind of like mix into the two. I feel like it's going to help to change it just, ooh, look at that. That's so pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of Wee as well to help to blend that right on top of that shade. right here to help to blur it just a little bit more. Alright, so I'm going to take the shade Eclipse. I'm going to use that to line along my upper waterline so I can mix my false lashes, my real lashes. We're going to come back to do the under eyes together, and then I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of the Galactic Visitor from Singe Beauty. Okay, so if my makeup looks a little off or a little weird, I'm currently filming the best of and the worst of makeup, so I can tell that there's two different foundations sitting on my face. I can see the harsh line, especially on my nose area, but you know what, we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore that because it's not about that. All right, it's about the palette right now. So to finish off this eye look, I think for this eye I'm gonna go into I'm gonna go in the shade right here called Cowgirl, and we're gonna lightly buff that along the waterline. We're going to take that and we're going to go right along here because brown and blue always look really nice together. And then I'm going to take the shade right here called Soul, and we're going to blend that right along that beautiful brown shade. I love a good mustard yellow. It's one of my favorites. We're going to softly blend that right here. And then for this eye, let's go into this beautiful blue shade one more time, Infinity. We're going to blend that right along the waterline. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the shade right here called Orbit. We're going to take Orbit and we're going to take Saucer, and we're going to mix those two right here. I think for the liner, I think I'm going to go in with a white liner for both. Then for the inner corner and brow bone, for the inner corner on this eye, I am going to take the shade right here called Beam because I didn't use it. I used it on this side, but not this one. So we're going to take the shade called Beam, and we're going to put that in the inner corner as well as the brow bone. So I'm just going to place this like right here. This beautiful, oh my gosh, look at this like gorgeous iridescent shimmer. It's so pretty. And then for this eye, we're going to go into Encounter right here. Encounter right here. Very beautiful shade. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look right here. What do we think? Do we like it? Do we not? I have to say, I think both looks are beautiful. I really love how this eye turned out. I think it's a very gorgeous, gorgeous eye look. But then I really love how this turned out too. I love the gold with the maroon with the blue underneath. I think it's really, really beautiful. Now let me show you guys what it looks like with my light on. You guys can see, do we see just how beautiful that sparkles? It's so pretty. Do you guys see the way that lid sparkles? It's so gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love the way this sparkles. So this was Angelica's first time ever creating an eyeshadow palette, and I have to say I definitely hope this is not her last. First off, the outside packaging is beautiful. I love the outside packaging. It really just fits the theme of the palette. She really captured her palette in the outside packaging with the little cowgirl getting beamed up to the spaceship, and then you open the color story on the inside. You're going to have a bright, fun color story. Yes, you're going to have those deep colors if you love a more deeper matte, but you're going to have those bright, fun colors as well. You're going to have a mix between normal shimmers to iridescent eye toppers to two like dual chrome S shades. And I will say I'm actually quite impressed. The mattes are incredibly smooth. They blend out very seamlessly. There's a little kick up in the pan, but there's really not much fallout on the face, and they're really easy to work with. They blend very nicely. I really do enjoy the formula. The mattes kind of remind me a little bit of the Blend Bunny Cosmetics matte formula. Like that's how the mattes do remind me of. Now when it comes to the shimmers are beautiful. Now they're not the most creamiest and buttery shimmers in the world, but they do work really beautiful. They have a beautiful, nice shine to them. They lay down very effortlessly. They go on very smoothly, and they blend really nicely into the other shimmers, and you can create a lot of different looks using this. I kind of like the idea of the two eye toppers because I was able to take the shade right here called Come, but I put this shade called Beam on top to kind of create a different shadow, like a different look, and it worked really nicely. They're very smooth. I'm not noticing any cracks or creasing on the lid. I didn't have any issues with flaking or fallout when applying the shimmers. I really was impressed. Now the shimmers do kind of remind me a little bit of like Gourmand Girl shimmers or like Fantasy Cosmetica shimmers. Like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting with the formula in here. It's kind of nice that it's not a foil base, so it's not super chunky. There's no flaking or fallout with it. I really do like it. So for her first palette, I think she did a really good job. She really does play into a very colorful vibe, and Angelica loves a lot of color like myself, so I definitely found myself very gravitated towards this. But if you're one that does not like color, please don't be intimidated because you can create really beautiful looks with very minimal shades in here as well. So overall, 16 shades for $45 as her first palette. palette. You guys really cannot beat this. This is available right now. There's no affiliate codes, no discount codes or anything like that because she is still a really small brand, but I have to say I'm very impressed with her first palette. So congratulations to my beautiful friend Angelica. You did a beautiful job and I cannot wait to see what you come out with next. So with that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys like today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Stay tuned to see how I got the rest of this face because I just filmed the full face of my worst versus best makeup, and well, I have some thoughts because things kind of went a little messy in the video, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll see that in the next video. But if you guys like this video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, Are for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you and I'll see you guys in the very next video.